And now they're saying there's going to be 5 more coming after this. And that leads me to our feature story of the night.
No.
So those damn dirty apes are coming back for more, everybody. That's true. That's what they're saying right now. So originally when they came up with this whole reboot concept for Planet of the Apes, when they went back to the Caesar times with Franco, they decided they want to do 9 movies. They want to do 3 trilogies, knock it off. The first one, this is a continuation of that with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which just came out this past weekend. I saw it. It really wasn't much to this movie. Honestly, I'll say to you, I guess, people are saying it's doing pretty good. Like $135 million opening weekend, not shabby at $165 million budget, not bad at all. And they'll probably make its money back plus more. They said depends how this one does for the extra movies, but they plan on doing at least 2 more to finish this trilogy, and then they hope to do 3 more. Apparently, they've had concepts like just written out for a long time since the very beginning to do 9 movies to make this a whole big conglomerate of 8 movies. And I thought it was okay. It was fun. There's a lot of emotional parts here. The guy who plays Noah, the new ape that we're actually following as opposed to Caesar, I think he's a great job. He's emotional. But I think there's not much to this. It's the original premise in a lot of ways. The humans are talking. Oh, there's more of them. The apes trying to stop that. But there's like a vault they have to get into. I just think that the overall idea could have been bigger, broader, and more expanded for 2.5 hours. It's a lot for we're pretty much just going to have oh, we're living a calm life, and then, someone steals my tribe, so I have to save them back. They're going to kill, what mother's going to kill Planet of the Apes? Well, that's the whole idea, maybe, but this is doing well. This is doing freaking well, so if it's doing well, they're going to do more. They're going to. Andy Serkis isn't attached to this, but he gave it his blessing, of course. Matt Reeves did the original, the last 3. He's not attached to this. Of course, we also have a lot of good people coming back. Bell came back. The idea is, though, will they continue? Do we want to see more? I think they're fun characters, but I don't think we need 5 more on top of this. I just don't think we do, guys. And where do you go? Maybe 2 more, but then again, they're off the gate, it's a very slow burn for me. It could have been bigger, better, and it could have been a more understanding explosion of a new franchise moving forward, but it wasn't. It was just kind of a Peter for me. But they're Wes Bell, Wes Bell is trying to make more happen. He's executive producing it. Will they do well? They had an idea for 9. They've done 4 so far. Do we want to see 5 more move forward? And do you guys like it? That's the question. How do we feel about this? I don't know if everybody saw this movie, but do we have an idea of having 5 more movies in the Planet of the Apes? I think they're good. The motion capture is greatness. It looks phenomenal. All the ape stuff is awesome. I think they've done even better. They've won up themselves. But do we want to see more? Sabrina, how do you feel? I know you haven't seen this, but do you want to see this movie and 5 more on top of it?
No, it's a hard no for me personally. No, I have nothing to say. I don't want any part of it. I'm not watching this one. I'm not watching the next 7. I don't care. That's my hot
There's
take.
nothing,
and it's short and sweet. No thanks.
There's nothing that could lure you to the theater to come check this out. Maybe it's something maybe it's not an actor or.
No, $1 million could lure me to the theater to come watch it, but other than that, I can go fuck it.
It was pointless. Queen
I'm not trying
said.
to be an asshole, but no, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm not. No, it's just no. It's not happening. Not happening.
People were saying boring David Banner. That's fucking awesome. I mean, it is. It's really slow. The first 40. Probably 30 to 40 minutes of just them trying to get eagle eggs and then
Sounds fascinating. Are we playing a game on my iPhone or are we watching a fucking movie?
And then they get the eggs and then all of a sudden some of the sequences are pretty cool. The fight sequences.
Do you get an eagle? Do you have to collect the eagles next? And then trees in nests?
Right?
I wish we had Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston's dead, right?
Yeah, he's definitely long gone, Sean. But
got one right.
Unfortunately, but it was a very slow movie. It moved faster than I thought it was going to be, but it really is. There's not much to it. It's like, okay, we're trying to get eagle eggs so we can become men or men apes. We really just become men in the tribe, and then we find out humans are around. We call them echoes. And then we get attacked and we try to get our people back. That's the whole movie. And then there's, of course, humans that are talking, and it's fun. I mean, I think there's fun moments, some good action sequences, and it's all about Caesar. Caesar's still very relevant in this. It's like hundreds of years after Caesar, and people are still talking about him as if he's like Jesus, in a lot of ways. So does the Jesus complex work these days, Mike, in an ape form? Do you think that works? Having your religious studies degree yourself personally, I'm hitting into your background. Does this Jesus figure thing work for Planet of the Apes? Apes like change it to this way to make a new story, or do you think that they should have gone a different direction?
The Jesus complex has always worked for apes, Brian. We're apes. Jesus was an ape. That's not to defame humans or any Jesuses out there. It works. I mean, using the whole Caesar thing. That was such a loaded question, Brian. I have nowhere to go with that at all. I was deciding this weekend whether or not to go see that movie, but I decided to stay home and binge Fallout instead. Which was incredible.
A great choice. It was a great fucking choice.
I'm excited. I definitely want to see it. I don't know if I'll make it in the theater, but you said one of the things I think that has been keeping these movies rolling, which is that at every turn they are going up and up with the visual effects and making it and more realistic, and it's continually mind blowing. And I think that that's really what aside from if they get into more philosophical aspects in this particular movie, which based on your analysis doesn't sound like they do, which is really one of the main appeals of the original series for me, aside from Roddy McDowall just being an incredible actor.
Sean, I'll say this, Mike.
What's this?
Yeah.
I'll say this, though. I'll say this, like, there is a good dynamic about, like, the comparison about, like, how they look at humans, because it's been so far in the future, as how we looked at apes, So it's like, it's kind of like they definitely dive into that world, and then it's all about understanding their history. So it's kind of diving into like how we look at our past. Like they find books and they're like, what's this writing? How does this work? How is this a thing? How do people read this? And that's kind of cool. They go into the history aspect of it where they're just finding things, discovering things. They find a book about, the show depicts apes behind bars and humans taking pictures. Mm-hmm. So they do break down that kind of thing. And there's a king trying to rise himself up to become kingdom of the planet of the apes. He wants to make a kingdom. He wants to kidnap people and make them into a kingdom so they can be like humans were, but to conquer that way because they're all separated. So there is some social aspects here that come into play here and how they're trying to learn. Like the king is trying to learn. He's got a human that teaches and reads to him. So there's some stuff that is about developing, getting better and learning from humans in a lot of way, but also holding humans back because they want to kill humans so they don't take over again. That's a big fear shown throughout this whole movie about humans, which I think is good. It's a good start off, but I think they could have done more. They just could have done more for 2.5 hours.
They got 5 more movies to make, Brian. Maybe they don't want to blow it all with this one.
Yeah. Good point, Queen. You're very true. They that's the thing. They don't want to blow the whole thing now, but they could have just delved in quicker. I think it could have been faster. There's a lot of scenes that didn't need to happen, but it's just how it goes sometimes. It's like people are just trying to expand upon it, and they're just trying to reset the stage. And sometimes when they do that, they kind of miss out. I think. The plan.
So Brian, tell me if I'm off base. It sounds like they're laying the foundation to explore kind of the division in the society with between the gorillas and the chimpanzees, and possibly most importantly the orangutans who are suppressing information and hiding the past from the populace of the rest of the
orangutans are the ones that are trying to like bring the history back. They're like the knowledgeable people that are trying to push Caesar's story.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the orangutans are the ones that actually like have been like pushing Caesar's message and be like they don't even understand who Caesar is. It's like they have the whole wrong idea and they're trying to teach people. Like they try to teach Noah that what Caesar was.
This is going to have implications because what that function in their society is going to flip sometime during the next movie. What I'll say is just real quick, Sean. I don't know if you're aware of there were the 70s Planet of the Apes comics, which were great. But then also just maybe 10, maybe not even 10, maybe since 2020, they redid about one of the gorilla generals from the original movies. They looked at the plot of the original movies from the perspective of the gorillas, and I was like, whoa,
that was really cool.
These characters, than I would have realized.
Yeah, no, I love this. I love Planet of the Apes just as a concept in general. I like the idea, and especially the original movie set to me just is a really good representation of just like the creation destruction myth Ouroboros. Like it's because of this that we lead to this, but this doesn't happen because we end like this. And it was just beautiful. And I thought it really any story I get in the Planet of the Apes universe, I'm happy for. I'm sorry to hear this movie is getting not great feedback from it. I'm a big Kevin Durant fan too, especially I think that's how you say his name, Durand, from Smoking Aces. If you guys remember that movie,
I love that movie.
Yeah, no, like there's again with Middle Earth, with a lot of the other stories that we talked about, all this IP-ness, like there's good stories to be told here, and not all of them have to be linear, right? Like you can do different perspectives. Marvel did it in the early aughts with the Remix series, where very familiar storylines, and you just saw it from a different perspective, from the villain's perspective, which was really interesting and really interesting.
Oh, we lose Sean?
That one you broke me. I lost there. Uh-oh. What do you mean?
He's back. He's back.
What do you mean?
You're back.
What do you mean? What? I was gone?
You broke away for like 2 seconds.
Okay, well, great. Planet of the Apes, yes. I love it. I hope that if we do get 5 more, it is seen as a way to end it and then also cause its own creation and we get back into that cycle, or at least explore different themes, like Mike was talking about that series. It's actually been a pretty long-running comic book series through Dark Horse, I believe. So there's a lot of stuff explored in those books, none of which have to deal with apes doing taxes. Or how their approach to a capitalistic society would be. But, there's something real special about the original movies as well. And I've also gone on the record just explaining it's okay for things not to be redone and burned into the ground. But, I don't know. I'll probably go see this never. Maybe once it goes on streaming, I'll see it. I don't even think I saw the last one. I saw the James Franco one, obviously, and the one after that was it Woody Harrelson, I believe? And then was like the bad guy.
Gary Oldman was in the third one, I think.
See, didn't see the Gary Oldman one then. But so I'm behind. But there's a lot of stories within this that would be really interesting. Like, I do love the fact that a series that originally was supposed to be allegorical for the civil rights movement to kind of be used in different ways now. It's cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
I think honestly they had a good idea to come back to this franchise. I was really excited about this movie in general because I'm like, oh, now we're actually going to be like the Charleston Heston time. And so we spent all that back time building the story. We have all the backstory now. It's kind of like a soft reboot in a way, but we can still like build off that. And so I was super excited about this too. I'm like, this is perfect. Yeah. It's perfect. And it's like, and it was planned before. I'm like, that's great. But when you get into a new character world and it's just a very slow burn. I think they should have gone bigger with this. I guess they're reestablishing stuff, and I think people just weren't happy with that. People came out to see it though. $135 million, worldwide. People came out to see it. It's going to make money.
The series is too melodramatic, Brian. They need to bring it back a little bit, to get some of the humor aspect in there that was there in the original series.
I would love that. It's not that people are actually saying like that. It like on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like on par with the Mark Wahlberg one, the Tim Burton one, which again is not good because that
one not bombed. A compliment. That's not a compliment. No,
it's not a compliment. I actually kind of like that movie. I'm not gonna lie, but I know people freaking hate it. I'm like one of those people that are like, you know what? I'll watch that shit. I watched it. I used to watch it to fall asleep, which probably isn't a good sign either. That I'm watching it to fall asleep.
So, real good. Go to bed, relax movie. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna go find some apes. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be so much fun. Oh my god, it's getting month from now, right? But this is it's doing well. Again, $165 million budget, $135 made a worldwide opening weekend. Can it keep going? Will it make its money back? Will we get 5 more? It's the plan is there. They want to do it. The question is, will it happen? And they will at least do 2 more, they said, and I think they probably will at least get 2 more. I think it'll happen. This will probably make enough money. People will go see it, be interested enough, and it's a good starting point. But it is kind of boring. It's kind of long for what it is. So, hopefully for Planet of the Apes fans, they find some enjoyment. Again, the visual effects are amazing. I think they've only gotten better. But beyond that,
this is a perfect environment for an anthology miniseries or something like that, right? Like do the Tales of the Jedi. Well, whatever. You can, one guy doing a mocap, you're fine, right? Maybe make it animated. I don't know. But there's just so much to this world that could still be explained. Little Easter eggs here and there to kind of scratch that nostalgia if you need it, but. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. But Sean.
Apes together strong is what I remember. So
apes together strong. They definitely say that a few times.
Say that 5 more times, I guess. Is that in the new movie? Do they say that?
Oh, yes, it is. 100%. It's there. It's still there. That's still there. Like, remember what Caesar said? Remember what Caesar said? Apes together, strong. And they use it against each other, too. It's like they play off it like Caesar's, the Jesus. It's a Jesus complex thing. It's about how you look at a certain way, like people interpret it one way and people interpret it this way. And of course, the king interprets it as being like, we have to come together to dominate and become like, the next big thing. And then the other actual people that are like the apostles are kind of like, no, it's meant to be like, we're supposed to work in congruent with humans and be strong and be good and be, diligent to be caring about people as opposed to dominating them. So they play both sides. They really do. But Sean, tell me the truth. Will this do good?
Oh, we're back in court? Fuck, no. Banner in the chat. Lovely Troy McClure musical callback. That was great.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh my god. I hate every ape I see, from chimpan A to chimpanzee. It was great. It was great. What's wrong with me? Also, was it? Can I play the piano? I couldn't before, and then he does it.
Oh my god! I was wrong.
What's the deal with that?
All along.
I think that's
now I just want to watch the music again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a great. It's fucking great.
Anyways, everybody, the new Planet of the Apes is doing pretty well. I know it's getting bombed. Rotten Tomatoes bombing it. People are going, it's boring. I know we say that a lot too. And I hope that they get better with these. But again, it's not coming off strong. So can it do better? Can they keep coming back and do more? Will we get 5 more? That's the question for you and for everybody else there. Do you want to see 5 more? Let us know. And we'll have to wait to see if time will tell if we will. If a tale of time will come around and make us have 5 more journeys back to the world where the apes dominate humans. Only time will tell.